And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Let's change this view up a little bit. Boom. There we go. What's going on? I am Josh Engleman. I am here to do round 2 of our draft wingman tool and some of our draft kit for best ball season-long leagues. We're going to do a best ball draft on Yahoo for today. I personally am going to try to do a better job of maintaining my stacks as we go on. If you watched the show on Monday, I appreciate having you guys. Let's switch on over so I can see some chat as people pop in the door. By the way, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. We've got 3 channels now. You should be following Awesemo Odds and the regular Awesemo channel as well. Why's my chat not showing? Let's go ahead and refresh this screen, make sure that comes back up. So I do want to look at 1 or 2 things before we get started. And it's looking like I'm probably going to end up having to do either a $1 NFL best ball league or a $5 best ball league, depending on sort of how quickly I think these things can fill. We're going to be at we're going to be up to the whims of Yahoo for this one. There's a $5 that's filling pretty quickly, but I definitely want to touch on a few things before we get into that piece. So first and foremost, I'm going to hop over to our draft kit and let's go ahead and share that screen. Bang, like that. So if you click Awesemo Fantasy Football on the awesemo.com homepage and you want to see what we have in our draft kit, this is where you can see it. Promo code WR is also going to get you a little bit of a bonus, but we've got the draft wingman, top stacks guide. We got best ball rankings, breakouts, sleepers, busts. We got a trade value chart. We got strength of schedule stuff, all sorts of quality info. Pretty cheap price tag as far as I'm concerned. But this is what we have in our draft kit right now. Draft Wingman is what I'm going to be using for the draft. But I did want to take a quick look at our top stacks tool before I did this. So across the top of our Awesemo Fantasy Football tab, I'm clicking on the best ball top stacks. This is a paid piece of content. You need to get the draft kit in order to use it. But the first thing that I want to do, I want to look at who are some of the more valuable stacks based on our ranking, the point projection, and the ADP. And that's going to be the last column here, 0.5 PPR. So if I sort this by value, and out of the gate, we're going to get a bunch of running back combinations. So pass catching running backs. But I'm looking at the running back or the wide receiver set first. So at the top, the number 1 value that we have right now based on our ADP and our projections would be Tua and Devontae Parker. Looks like these guys are slipping a little bit further. Might be a decent combo. But what really stands out to me, and this is something that I looked at before I got started today, and it's the piece that I think matters most. Let me bump up the size just in case people can't see it. Matt Ryan with Ridley and Russell Gage are the second and third biggest value options in the half-point PPR scoring. That's really interesting to me. If I get Ridley, I'm going to make a very, very distinct push to pick up Matt Ryan later and Gage later. If I have to be very adamant about that, like I wasn't in the video on Monday, that is what I'm going to do. So this is a spot where I've got my eye. I tried doing the Josh Allen one to no avail previously on Monday. We'll see where that ends up. But I'm going to try to reference this doc as much as possible to try and guide myself into a little bit better stacking scenarios. So now I'm going to hop over to Yahoo. Looks like I can make this dollar league fill pretty quickly, and I don't think we're going to get to anything else that's interesting. If I saw anything that was on the precipice of filling at any level, I would take it. But for now, it seems like getting into this $1 league is going to have to be the quickest one we can get to. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm it and hop into this league. I'm already entered. I was like, what do you mean? No, I'm not. But there we go. So we are in here. I'm going to split this window off to the right. Going to split this one off to the right. And we're going to hop into Draft Wingman. For those that didn't watch on Monday, if you just click the Draft Wingman link at the top, brings me to where I am right now. I'm going to choose a preset scoring system. That would be the Yahoo Best Ball, obviously. And then it's just going to drop me down a little bit. And I've got everything set and ready to go. Definitely going to need to make this a little bit smaller. Definitely going to need to adjust this screen size so that I can show both things at the same time for you guys. Otherwise, what is really the point. And here's where I want to get to. I want just enough of that injury designation to pop out on the side so I can see the color. So that looks pretty good so far. We'll see how the Yahoo tool updates itself in terms of being able to see everything on the screen. Fingers crossed that it's just not an issue. We've got 9 people in, so we're just waiting for one more. One Awesemo logo, lots of blanks, and a gentleman by the name of David. Hey, and if you happen to be one of the people that are watching, feel free to scramble on over to Yahoo and get in the draft. You'll know what I'm going to be doing. As we went through on Monday, we've got recommended draft position here, which is important to keep sort of yourself on the same path. Team fit is the column that's going to drive everything. And we had some people writing into comments that I should have just followed team fit straight down the line. That's not going to put you in the best spot because you have to understand the context of when people are actually getting drafted. There's no need. So like we have Calvin Ridley as the 6th best team fit right out of the gate, but his ADP is around 20. There's not a lot. It's not smart for me to take Ridley at 6 if he's at the top of this, if I think that I can get him in my 2nd round. So that's something we definitely want to pay close attention to. It's looking like I'm going to have the 5th pick in this draft, which I think is where I was last time. Can I make that a little smaller? Okay, that's going to work. Seems like we can see everything on the screen pretty well, or at least I can see everything on the screen really well, which is definitely going to help us out here. Draft sounds are on. We'll go to a dark theme. Everything else looks like it should be okay here. So we just have to be ready to go. We have 6 minutes and 50 seconds until the draft starts. So we're going to have some time, but let's think this through at least a little bit. We expect McCaffrey, Cook, probably Derrick Henry to be gone. McCaffrey, Cook, Zeke, and Henry are how these guys are currently ranked. I'm going to sort now by ADP on this screen just so we can see it. So McCaffrey, Cook, Henry, Kamara. I'm guessing I'm going to be looking at a wide receiver. The most likely scenario for me right now is going to be either Devontae Adams or Stephon Diggs, at least based on what I'm seeing right now. That feels fine to me. Not going to have too much of an issue because I don't think I'm going to be able to get those guys on the way back through at whatever actual 16. That to me seems like it's going to be a problem. So one of these wide receivers seems like the more likely scenario. If I can get 2 of them, if I can go like Adams and then Ridley on the way back around, I think that's going to be perfect. That will set me up on my goal of going to the Matt Ryan side of this. I don't know how frequently Yahoo is updating their ADP section. Not something I totally know. But if I go back and sort by their X rank, I think that'll help me out a little bit. So we're going to be looking in this area. We'll see where we end up, but I'm going to be relying very heavily on the team fit metric from our draft wingman tool and the ADP, because I don't want to take people too early. I do want to be a little bit smarter though than I was previously and not miss out on my potential stacks. It's definitely a balancing game. You're trying to grab as much value as you can without putting yourself in a position to fail at grabbing said value. That's what I did on Monday's show. So if you saw that, know that was a learning, a way to try to learn this a little bit more. But expectation, we had Henry fall to us. I really do think I picked 5th. I can't remember off the top of my head now. If there's anybody out there watching that was watching on Monday, if you remember if I picked 5th or not, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume that I did, because I think someone jumped up and then I ended up with Henry. That's the way that I'm remembering it in my head, but we'll see. Don't recognize, obviously, they look like all relatively random names. So this should be a pretty fun one. Still got 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. If you guys have questions throughout all of this, I know it's not the biggest crowd in the world in here watching, but if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in. If you have any suggestions, feel free to drop them in. But I want to make sure that everybody understands what this draft wingman tool does and how big of a help it is for keeping yourself on the correct path throughout the draft. Like, if we're being perfectly honest, the first round, the second round, the third round, most people can kind of handle that in their heads. As we get a little bit further down the line, more people have been drafted. The makeup of your team changes. That's where I think a tool like this really comes into play. nobody needs a tool to say take Christian McCaffrey first or to take Dalvin Cook second. That part is pretty obvious, but understanding the relationship of what you need on your roster in comparison to when you expect those major players to be drafted, I think is very, very important. And that is what I'm going to be trying to focus on most. I want to be a little bit smoother with my decision-making process. So I should probably just start checking off some of these guys. Anxious to get started. I wish that I could make this clock go a little bit faster. Let's see. Chronic Smith says, a lot of people who never fix their names after Yahoo did whatever it did a few years ago in my league. Yeah, quite a few, in fact. So that's probably a good thing. It is a, I do not need this video, that's for sure. That's probably going to make things worse. In my opinion, who has a higher ceiling, Kamara or Cook? I mean, based on everything that we have, it looks like it's got to be Cook. I'd have a hard time answering differently. I gotta go with our projections here, and that would be Cook by a pretty sizable margin. I mean, we're talking probably like an extra point or two. Well, Chronic, I mean, it is a good sign. This is a dollar draft. I wasn't exactly expecting to be wading into the Sharks. I would have loved to see a $250 draft with 9 people in it, but it was really hard to balance. I needed to make sure that the draft was going to start, and there was no real way for me to do that other than just taking whatever existed. So I was hoping to at least maybe get to like a $5 or a $10, but either way, I'm happy to chop up a dollar draft. Money is money. I'll take it however I can get it. Still have a minute 50 to go. I do like that question though, Cigar. It's tough. I'd have a hard time wanting to say Kamara in that scenario. You want it to be him. And like the pass catching is there, but I think it's probably got to be Cook. In a full PPR league, I think we can start to talk about Kamara a little bit more. I think it's a little bit more difficult in a half point PPR. 10-team PPR keeper league, you keep 3 DK, Carter for McLaurin, Connor in a 4th. Keep in mind some of the players that'll be in the 4th round next year shouldn't be, since some teams are stacked and some aren't. I mean, I think that let me think about it here. I probably like the McLaurin side a little bit more, but I'd have to dig into that a little bit more. Okay. Jordan, appreciate you. Drafted 4th the other day. It was Tyreek Hill that jumped up to 3rd. I'm glad you have the memory, man, because I certainly don't. PPR for Kamara and Cook. Okay, it's a lot closer then. Sort of just depends on your feeling about the quarterback situation in New Orleans and your long-term thought process on Minnesota's success. If you think Minnesota can be better than they currently project, that's a pretty important piece of it, because you would imagine Cook is having a lot to do with that, and any increased offense is going to benefit him greatly. I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to do the Lord's work here. That's for sure. Friend of the program, Nathan Joyce in the house. I'm doing my best here at least. But here we go. Draft is on. Let's get it done. Derrick Henry going first in this bad boy. So right out of the gate, we can tell things are a little bit different around these parts. There's McCaffrey. I have a fruit fly flying on my screen right now, which truly infuriating. There goes Zeke. Did not see that one coming. So if David here happens to be here and not be a Dalvin Cook guy, we could fall into something pretty tasty. Otherwise, and there goes Dalvin Cook. So at the top of my list, Devontae Adams is looking like the guy that I should take. He is the highest ranked option for me. I still got 20 seconds to go, but Devontae Adams is the highest in the team fit. That is the direction that I am moving forward. I will draft Devontae Adams. So now we're going to want to keep our eye on Aaron Rodgers for sure. Not going to want to let him slip through the cracks. Jordan, yes, it's half point PPR. Oh, Kamara goes 6th. Then Kelsey 7. I'm really happy with that pick. He wouldn't have been there on my way back around. Highest ranked guy in team fit. It's a no-brainer. Chubb now going. Now Diggs. Turning out pretty interesting at this point. Hoping to get Ridley. That's the plan. There goes Aaron Jones. If I can snag Ridley here, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Might be a little early for him, but I think we'll be all right. And then I think at that point in time, I'll be able to grab a running back. There goes Ridley, unfortunately. And then Darren Waller seems a little early. I need to close Discord or it's just going to keep popping up. All right, so we've got 3 picks to go until I am on the clock. Kyle, not going to be able to hit that question while I'm in this draft. Apologies. There goes Saquon. 2 more picks to go before me. There goes Tyreek Hill. A little bit later here, but obviously a different kind of draft. All righty. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. So the most likely scenario is a running back here, in more specifically Taylor, but there goes Taylor. So Eckler moves to the top of the list, but DK Metcalf is right there. We also have the opportunity to go to someone like Hopkins or Justin Jefferson, but it feels like I got to go Eckler. Top of the team fit. I don't think he's there on the way back around. Pretty happy with what he's been doing here. So I'm going to go and take Eckler. Not necessarily what I wanted to do, but there are enough wideouts here in this Metcalf, Hopkins, Jefferson, McLaurin group where I think it's going to be pretty easy to grab him. And I didn't want to drop to Mixon or Carson. I think the gap was big enough. So we're at Austin Eckler, Devontae Adams so far. There goes Antonio Gibson. I thought I killed the fruit fly. I did not. Make sure you're hitting that like button as you pop in too, guys. There goes Justin Jefferson. So one of those guys is down. We still have 6 more picks until I am up with the goal of getting, well, there goes Metcalf. So we're down to Hopkins potentially or McLaurin. I'd happily take McLaurin as a football fan. There goes Hopkins. Then we get Najee Harris. 3 picks to go. I don't know if I could take McLaurin here. I think that's going to be a little too, based on this ADP, I think that's going to be a little too early, but maybe not. There's definitely not another Green Bay wide receiver that I want to take right now. There goes Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Team fit showing me Joe Mixon. Makes sense from an ADP perspective. There goes A.J. Brown. I'm on the... I will be up next. I don't really want to take Mixon, but he is the best value. There goes Mahomes. So Mixon is the guy based on ADP, based on team fit. The other option I think that could be reasonable would be Kittle. I think he's on the precipice of falling a little bit further. But I think based on the ADP, which seems to be a pretty big gap, I think I have to go Joe Mixon. Not really loving going so heavy on running backs out of the gate. That's 2 backs in my first 3 picks. Not necessarily my goal. However, got to take what the draft gives you. And it is only half-point PPR, so it's not as aggressive. And based on the way team fit is lining up, I think wide receiver, tight end, or potentially quarterback is showing some feasibility. There goes Keenan Allen, James Robinson. There goes Terry McLaurin. I was hoping he would fall, but, you know, it happens. There goes Allen Robinson. Yeah, fruit fly problems. Absolutely, John. Kyle, happy for subbing, man. CeeDee Lamb going. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be lined up pretty well to either take Kittle or a wideout. We know we're going to try to get Aaron Rodgers in a bit. So I'm happy to grab another quarterback at some point, but that plan is not yet. Like, Josh Allen could be the guy depending on how these next few picks break. So we'll see where we end up there. I'd happily go back to him. So Dobbins and then Chris Godwin. There goes Kittle, unfortunately. Would have happily taken him. 2 more picks to go until we're back on the clock. Right now, it's Chris Carson at the top of Team Fit, but that will not be the pick that I make either way. I don't need a third running back. In my opinion, I don't need a third running back. And there's enough comparable ADP guys right now that it's not going to be crazy for me to go that direction. There goes Montgomery. There's certainly some value on Chris Carson in this spot, but I don't think it fits my team as well as I would like it to. Mike Evans. All right, so there goes Carson. That makes it perfect. We have Josh Allen at the top of the heap. Similar spot to Mike Evans, but since I know I want Aaron Rodgers at some point in time, I don't want to pop Josh Allen just yet, especially since I don't have Diggs. So I'm going to grab Mike Evans. I think that's the perfect combination of team fit and ADP. And now we're going to have our eye on potentially Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, which doesn't break my heart all that much. Definitely more Tampa Bay wide receivers that we can get to. Certainly the idea of getting to Brady and Rodgers works perfectly to me. Somebody's going to get a benefit from getting Josh Allen, but as you guys can see, I hope you guys can see it through 36 picks. The process of using the draft wingman tool could not be easier. I've got both screens here in front of me. If you've got the knowledge in your brain, and I would guess that most people that are watching this have a lot more football knowledge than I do. This is not my forte. I'm a basketball guy. But using this tool couldn't be any easier. There goes Josh Allen. All you have to do is just click a button. The rest of this information is just teed up for you. I can't recommend it enough. This is the easiest thing you could possibly use. I'm switching it to sort by ADP now that we're getting a little bit further down the line. That way it's easier for me to find the guys I need. Then I can just quickly bounce to team fit once I'm on the clock. There goes Lamar now. Yeah, so gonna have our eye on, I'm gonna add Rodgers and Brady to my queue, just in case. If anything pops weird, I'd rather just fall into one of those guys. We got to take Josh Jacobs went, Julio Jones went. 2 more picks until I'm on the clock. 1 more. There goes Swift. So I'm going to go ahead and sort back my team fit now. I don't want to go Kyler. I will likely go maybe Kyle Pitts here. Maybe Amari Cooper or Lockett. Cooper looking like the guy if he doesn't get drafted here. I think we could safely grab another wideout there. All right, so there goes Cooper. If we're looking at the top of the team fit, it's Murray, but I don't think it fits what I'm trying to do. Lockett works. Second here on the list. I think that's probably where I want to go. I'm interested in Pitts. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope he lasts a little bit longer. So I'm going to go to Tyler Lockett. I hope Pitts doesn't go. We'll see if he does. Next up on the list was Woods and then Sanders. So there goes Sanders. There goes Woods. John McSween, can you customize this tool to your scoring? Absolutely. Yes, you can. There goes Deontay Johnson and Brandon Ayuk. We're starting to get into quarterback territory, that's for sure. I've now also opened myself up to potentially Russell Wilson. So whether I get any one of those quarterbacks, that works for me. There goes Mike Davis. 5 picks to go. Now let's think about this from an ADP perspective. We've got Brady coming in 67, so right around now. We've got Aaron Rodgers coming in 61, so right about now. This round, next round. So it's going to be something we need to pay attention to. All right, there goes Mark Andrews. There goes Moore. And there goes Kyler Murray and Adam Thielen. Let's get back to team fit now. Pitts is there. If Pitts doesn't go, I'm going to take a shot at Pitts. And then I'm going to have to make an aggressive call on whether or not I want to just start plugging away on Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, or Brady. I want to get two of those three guys, likely back to back. There goes Hawkinson. Now that's really interesting to me. At the top of the list now is Kyle Pitts, based from an ADP perspective across the board. So I'm going to take Pitts, and then the next two picks for sure are going to be two of Wilson, Brady, and Rodgers if I can. So there's Pitts. I'm going to add Russell Wilson to the queue as well. Perfect world, we want Wilson first, then Brady, then Rodgers. But that's where we are right now. Hoping that none of those guys get taken in the next 7 picks or 8 picks at this point, because those are the guys we're looking for. In theory, I guess another Atlanta receiver and Pitts would work if I wanted to get to Matt Ryan. So we lost Damian Harris. We lost Kareem Hunt. Back to sorting by ADP for right now. Can I cut? Oh, sorry. I was going back to the question from John McSween. I just saw it at the bottom. I didn't realize that was just still the same question. Yeah, you can customize this entire tool. It's all here at the top in the League Hub. You could change it to whatever you need it to be. All right, so there goes Beckham and Kenny Golladay. 5 picks to go. None of my quarterbacks have been popped yet. There goes one of them. At the moment I said it, there goes Aaron Rodgers. There goes Sermon. We got 2 picks to go. We're hoping that Wilson and Brady don't go in these next 2 picks. There goes Jerry Jeudy. So that's 1. 1 more, and then we're popping Russell Wilson potentially. It was Javonte Williams. Seems pretty cut and dry for me. These guys are pretty close in team fit. Russell Wilson is getting close to the ADP, and I don't think it's in my best interest to try to hope for the best for my stacking. So I'm grabbing Russell Wilson right now. That does push Brady down a little bit in terms of team fit. So we might not necessarily have to go there on this next run. We could think about what someone like Matt Ryan would look like quite a bit later. So we'll see where the real team fit value lies. Because we've got Austin Eckler and Joe Mixon so far. We've got Russell Wilson. We've got Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Tyler Lockett, Kyle Pitts. Ooh, we got some guys going here. So we got Mostert. We've got, Gaskin. There goes T. Higgins. Apologies to 562 Fu. Should have picked T over Lockett. We got Claypool going. 6 more picks until my turn. There goes Chase Edmonds. So we know we have Brady out there with the potential to grab like Antonio Brown too and double up. I don't hate that idea at all. So it's gonna be fun. This draft is definitely going a lot better than it did on Monday. There goes Robbie Anderson. I think you just signed a deal. There goes Dak, which is perfect. I didn't really have much interest in going to Dak. So 3 picks left for me. Right now, it's looking like I'd like to go to Antonio Brown, but I've got a lot of time to go there. I would need to go to Brady first. If we're looking at just ADP, I mean, we're getting pretty close on Brady. There goes Melvin Gordon. I might just pop Brady right now with the goal of getting to Antonio Brown in a little bit. Although has fallen quite a bit. There goes Herbert. I might have to go Brady here. There goes Tom Brady. One pick before I needed him. Are you watching this show, sir? Don't appreciate it. Okay, well, that changes everything now. Team fit, draft order. Jamar Chase looking like the guy. Same team fit. Yeah, I'm going to Jamar Chase here. I think that fits. Best combination of upside and ADP. That did not work out well for us. So now Matt Ryan is for sure on the short list. We got a couple rounds before we need to really worry about that. Let's see. Juju off the board now. So we're going to be looking to get... Man, I did not expect Brady to get popped there. That is a real bummer. All right, Logan Thomas goes. I guess I'm going to have to take a shot at Russell Gage later on. There goes Connor and Edwards. Connor, Edwards. Dog barking mad about the pick. I know the dog is mad. Actually, just the cleaners I believe, are here, and they probably just walked into my house, which not ideal because the wife is also walking out of the house. So I hope she handles that perfectly. All right, 3 picks to go. There goes Brown. So I don't feel as bad about missing out on Brady because I would have missed out on Brown here too, and that would have been doubly frustrating. There goes Jalen Hurts and our boy Sony. Let's get him out of there. I am not at all ready for this pick. So we are on the clock. I mean, I got Chase. Do I just go Tyler Boyd? That seems to be the pick here. Or maybe Deebo Samuel? I'm going Boyd. So doubled up on Cincy receivers, which then opens me up to potentially Joe Burrow, which I'd be okay with. So now we're looking at either Burrow or Matt Ryan. I think that is pretty firm. There goes Deebo Samuel. I'm pretty happy with the way this draft is going. Well, if Boyd is better than Chase this year by a long shot, that's fine by me. I've got them both. So we got Matt Ryan and we got Joe Burrow queued up for the future. I think that worked out pretty well for us. Got to go get Michael Gallup. He's taken. I still want to try to shoot for Russell Gage too. So Gage ADP in this hasn't been all that relevant. It's going to be a lot later. From an ADP perspective on Burrow and Ryan, Burrow is around 108. So maybe not this pick, but next pick. There goes Tannehill. We've got 6 more picks till my turn. I'm going to try to get Burrow at 105 if that sets up perfectly. So that would be not this pick, next pick. So for this pick, we've got 2 running backs right now. Wouldn't hurt to grab another one if that's what's at the top of the heap. There goes Stafford. I think we're in a pretty decent spot. I could also grab Noah Fant. I don't think that would be all that crazy. Tight end is the number 1 position for difficulty for rookies. Usually takes them a year or two. Does Pitts follow the norm? We're about to find out. All right, there goes Corey Davis. There goes Will Fuller. 3 picks to go until we're back up again. And I know I said it before. I want to reiterate. If you guys are watching this, the Draft Wingman tool is doing the heavy lifting for me, and it could not be working better. If you're trying to do drafts, this is the way to do it. Don't sleep on it, guys. Draft tools are $15 or something like that with the promo code WR, maybe even a little cheaper than that. You get some bonuses. Don't pass up on it, guys. You don't want to miss it. There goes Chark. All right, so I am on the clock. There goes Robert Tonyan. And now I am on the clock. Philip Lindsay is the recommended, but a lot of these team fits in the same area. So Noah Fant Leonard Fournette. Ronald Jones is at the top of the ADP chart. This is basically the same fit. So I'm going to go to Ronald Jones, actually. Since I didn't get to Brady, I'm okay going to a running back instead. I think Ronald Jones fits that bill pretty well for me as my third running back. Now we're going to hope that Burrow is here at 105. His ADP has been way lower than that. So maybe I don't have to pop him as quickly as I thought. We want to go ahead and get Noah Fant. Gone. Cooks. Gone. Everett. Gone. Kind of a bummer there. Irv Smith got run on tight ends here. So no real stacking options outside of Burrow and Matt Ryan. I do like the idea of getting to Burrow, though. There goes Austin Hooper. What is Burrow's ADP? All right, 112. So, yeah, I think that I should probably pop Joe Burrow here and call it a day on quarterback if I can. I think that's important. But they are falling a little bit in team fit. There goes Cobb. And so quick to just even search for somebody and get right back to where you needed to be. All righty. Dallas Goedert going. So many tight ends going right now. All right, we are up next. I might wait on Burrow with the goal of trying to grab Matt Ryan, but maybe now I got the two Cincy quarterbacks. Let's be smart about it. I'm going to try to be smart about it. There goes Fournette. So if we look at team fit, I mean, the difference between 28 and 34 is not all that big. I expect Burrow to go pretty soon. The other guy that I could take here potentially is Devontae Smith, but I don't want to leave myself in the lurch. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Mr. Joe Burrow. Because really, the team fit, the difference between 34 and 28, we're talking about like 6 fantasy points. We don't want to miss out on the goal that we had of getting those stacks. So now we got Burrow. There goes Chenault. We also saw Jamal Williams go. Cortland Sutton go. So Devontae Smith would be the guy that we're looking for if we can. Curtis Samuel. So we've got Russell Wilson with Tyler Lockett. I'm happy about that. We've got Burrow with Chase and Boyd. That'll be helpful. I like that baseline that we've got so far. We've got Eckler, Mixon, Ronald Jones. Probably need one more running back. There goes Smith. That's a shame. That was about to be a really nice pick. 5 more to go. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. We've got Gesicki. We've got Kenyon Drake. Zach Moss. All right, so 2 picks to go, and we're honestly at a point where it's BPA. I'm going to need another tight end for sure, but basically just the combination of ADP and team fit is where we're staring now. We don't have to get too crazy. Marvin Jones Jr., Pittman. So team fit wise, we can pretty much go any direction we want. Philip Lindsay at the top. Carter, Williams, Johnson. All right, I'm going to take Philip Lindsay. I'm going all the way to the top of the team fit board. Probably just took him way too early. Wasn't totally prepared for that pick. And this is where I start to slip a little bit. And I really have to rely on the tool because I'm just not as well versed in the 100+ guy that we need here. Wasn't totally my favorite pick that I just made, but we're getting there. We're going to need another tight end. Doesn't appear that I have any sort of like team fit goals. There goes Baker. It's Hollywood Brown. Yes, always rely on your tool. Exactly. There goes Alexander Madison. Appreciate you guys being here, by the way. Mid-afternoon. This is a fun show for me to do. I really enjoy it. We're going to do another one maybe Sunday, I believe. So keep your eyes peeled for that. All right, 2 more picks for me. BPA is what's coming. Great pick there for Michael Thomas. Devontae Parker looks like he's going to be the guy that's coming to this team right now. Although Jarvis Landry is really the guy that's probably the best combination. Ah, that was good water. All right, Waddle. On, close, all, team fit. So Jarvis Landry is the guy that I expect to get drafted first here. He's got the higher ADP than Devontae Parker by a pretty significant margin. This seems like it's just got to be a Jarvis Landry play. I don't have any sort of other guy that I'd be looking at. So Jarvis Landry, come on down. Welcome to the team. Mooney goes behind him. I don't think there's going to be enough value in going to my other tight end to stack with Seattle, but maybe there should. There goes T.Y. Hilton. There goes Carter. 7 more picks here. And Tony Pollard. David Johnson not going yet is... I'm going to keep my eye there. Trevor Lawrence. How many more rounds do we have here? How many more picks do I need to make? 1, 2. Oh, so only 4 more picks. All right, cool. We're flying through this. There goes Evan Ingram. And Singletary. All right, so for everybody that's still here, for everybody that's watching, if you're in chat, let me know. How do you think I'm doing so far? How has this draft gone for me? Any thoughts you guys would have done anything differently? I want to know where you guys stand. Where the hell is Cousins, or did I already click him? Oh, there he is. All right, so we are next up on the clock. There goes Tua. So that's an easy find. Back to team fit we go. And we've got Russell Gage here. David Johnson is near the top. Naheem Hines. Jonnu Smith. Gio Bernard. I think that I'm going to go to Devontae Parker, but this feels a little off. I just don't really see any other very clear options. So did I get it? I didn't. It took too long. David Johnson, come on down. See, I wasn't fast enough. That is my bad. So we're taking David Johnson. I am definitely done for running backs now at 5. Major mistake there. Just wasn't fast enough. Couldn't figure out who I wanted to take. See, that's where I slow down. I just don't have enough in my brain to be ready for these sorts of spots. Let's see. Gio Bernard. We've got Jacoby Myers. I think I got to switch to typing. Bateman. AJ Green. St. Brown. 2 more to go. Fitzmagic. 1 more to go. Gonna have to get another tight end in one of these next couple of picks. Probably gonna have to happen here. Definitely don't need a running back. Whew, the scramble is real, folks. All right, who got taken? There goes Gronk. Means I'm up. Devontae Parker still there. Starting to creep up a little bit higher. But I'm going to go Zach Ertz. He's 3rd. I need another tight end. I think I took him in the other draft. Zach Ertz, come on down. Trey Lance goes. Jonnu Smith goes. 2 picks left. There goes Fields. Two more picks to go. This draft went really quick. It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, we're going to do another one on Sunday. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Will help me out a ton. Love to know what you guys want to see. Happy to do more content like this. What's wrong with Devontae Parker right now? No idea. Zach Wilson goes. James White goes. Three more picks here before my second to last pick. I'm pretty happy with the way this shook out. I can't lie. This went better than I was expecting. A lot better than it did in my first go round. There goes Elijah Moore. 2 picks to go until it's me. Team Fit is still going Devontae Parker once again. Russell Gage still available. There goes Daniel Jones. 1 more pick here for me. Based on ADP. Interesting. There goes Rondale Moore. Means that we are up. I think I'm going to go to Parker or Gage. Both of those guys seem like the most likely scenario for me. I'm going to just totally use our rankings here. Henry Ruggs as well, I think, would be a reasonable shout. Plus, he's got some upside. So, you know what? I'm going to go to Ruggs. Oh, I guess I'm not going to go to Ruggs. I'm going to draft Devontae Parker. Did I miss Ruggs? No, he's right there. Damn. I really like the idea of going to Ruggs from the high upside number because that's really what I was looking for there. But we're going to take Parker instead. Maybe I could hit Ruggs on this last shot through. Because I do want to hit somebody with a bigger upside. This upside number is really helpful at the end of this draft. Someone like Ruggs, someone like J.D. McKissick. I think both of those guys would look pretty good in this spot. Derek Carr. Chronic, I'll be honest with you. I have no idea. There goes McKissick, so speak of the devil. There goes famous Jameis. There goes Deshaun Jackson. Taysom Hill. OJ Howard. Tyler Johnson. Then we get to my final pick. Jack off. All right, I might go Marquez Callaway here for you. Although Ruggs is probably the better option for me. So I'm going to go, I am going Ruggs. Final pick ahead of me ends up being Justin Jackson. I am going to take Henry Ruggs. And now my team is full. That is it. I have filled my roster. And honestly, I'm pretty happy about it. Russell Wilson, Austin Eckler, Joe Mixon, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Tyler Lockett, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Burrow, Ronald Jones, Phillip Lindsay, David Johnson, Tyler Boyd, Jarvis Landry, Devontae Parker, Henry Ruggs, and Zach Ertz. Probably could have used a third tight end, if we're being perfectly honest. But that is where we stand. We have finished the draft using the Draft Wingman tool. Would love to be there in this league. Yeah, look, this is a dollar league on Yahoo. I didn't expect the highest end anything, and I'm pretty sure that's what we got. But I think this did a great job of showcasing the tool. The Draft Wingman is fantastic. Again, you should go to Awesemo.com, click that fantasy football banner at the top, use that promo code WR. Go ahead and get the Draft Wingman. I highly recommend it. Let's look and see. Projected standings have me 5th. I don't know what this actually goes by. It's just total fantasy points. So not really all that valuable. I was hoping they gave you some sort of like draft grade or something like that. But I don't really care too much about being in the middle of the pack of everybody. That's not really how this actually works. So we are done. That is the end of the draft. Again, head to Awesemo.com, click on the draft kit, sign up, and buy the Draft Wingman tool. Even without a promo code, $14.95. You get Draft Wingman, top stacks, best ball rankings, breakout sleepers, all that good stuff. Guys, it's been swell. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm going to do another one of these, I believe, on Sunday. So make sure you're tuned in for that. If you have questions, please drop them in the comment section of this video. But that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck in all of your drafts. Make sure you're using that Draft Wingman tool. I will talk to you again, I don't know, for baseball later today, but for you guys for football, come see me Sunday.